Today's episode covers autonomous freeway rides, rising EV demand without tax credits, real-time supercharger availability in Google Maps, Audi's Formula One design preview, and major progress in the Rivian Volkswagen joint venture on electric vehicles. Welcome back to Autonews Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. Waymo has expanded its freeway service areas in California and Phoenix, bringing more of its autonomous rides onto higher-speed roads. This move isn't just about taking more commuters farther, it marks a practical step for self-driving systems that must operate smoothly in complex, fast-moving environments. Freeway driving requires high confidence in lane keeping, merge behavior, and reacting to high-speed incidents. By offering rides that include freeway segments, Waymo is demonstrating that its systems can handle those demands and that riders are ready to trust them outside strictly controlled local streets. The expansion also has immediate implications for how autonomous services scale. Freeway capability broadens the coverage footprint for mobility services, enabling longer trips and potentially reducing transfer points between autonomous zones and traditional transit. For riders, the experience of a seamless freeway segment can shift perceptions from novelty to utility. It becomes less about testing a new technology and more about an alternative way to get from A to B. At the same time, there are operational and regulatory questions that come with higher speed operations. Insurance frameworks, oversight by state agencies, and how human supervisors are integrated into remote monitoring. The technology's progress on freeways will also push competitors and partners to prioritize robust highway behavior in their ADAS suites, and it will test the limits of mapping fidelity and sensor fusion across miles of interstate and arterial ramps. Moving from autonomy to consumer sentiment, more Americans now express interest in electric vehicles even in scenarios where federal tax credits aren't available. That shift suggests demand drivers are maturing beyond one-time incentives and toward longer-term factors, wider model availability, improvements in perceived range and charging convenience, and a clearer picture of total cost of ownership. As shoppers weigh battery cars against internal combustion alternatives, many are factoring running costs, maintenance expectations, and the convenience of home or workplace charging into their decisions in ways that make EVs competitive on their own merits. That trend matters for industry planning. If consumer interest persists without subsidies, automakers may accelerate EV portfolios and justify higher investments in battery production and charging partnerships. Dealers and OEMs will need to address purchase path friction points, such as test drives, education on charging habits, and trade-in valuations, to convert interest into sales. The used car market will also be affected. Greater adoption at the retail level will produce more volume in secondary markets, reshaping resale values and offering new ownership models like subscriptions or certified pre-owned EV programs. Policymakers will watch this shift too. If market demand grows independently, it may change the calculus on future incentives and infrastructure funding priorities. On the infrastructure side, Google Maps is starting to show real-time availability at Tesla Supercharger stations, adding another layer of convenience for electric drivers. Real-time charger status in a ubiquitous navigation app reduces the guesswork in trip planning. Drivers can route to a station that actually has open stalls rather than arriving to find a full lot. For Tesla owners and those using shared charging stations, this integration helps smooth the charging experience and lowers a persistent friction point in EV travel. Technically and commercially, this is a notable step toward more interoperable, data-driven charging ecosystems. Delivering accurate availability requires data sharing, reliable updates, and clear user interfaces that indicate whether a stall is occupied, reserved, or offline. For drivers, the benefit is immediate. Less time circling a station, fewer detours, and better confidence on longer routes. For operators, real-time visibility can feed into station management and future capacity planning. There are still questions about how broadly similar integrations will spread across different charging networks, how dynamic pricing or reservation systems might interact with availability displays, and how privacy and data ownership are handled. But overall, this is a practical feature that solves a daily problem for EV drivers and nudges the charging experience closer to the expectations set by conventional refueling. Shifting to performance and engineering, Audi has offered a preview of its upcoming Formula One car design as the brand prepares to enter the sport. While Formula One remains a motorsport domain, the design preview is relevant to the broader automotive industry because of the technology transfer that often flows from racing into road cars. Aerodynamic innovations, thermal management strategies, and lightweight materials developed for racing programs can inform production car design, and the intense simulation and testing frameworks used in F1 accelerate engineering cycles. Audi's participation in Formula One is also a strategic move for talent development and brand positioning. Competing at the highest level of motorsport brings exposure to cutting-edge hybrid powertrain integration and software-driven optimization, areas that increasingly overlap with electrified vehicle development. Even when the direct technical elements, such as F1's specific hybrid systems, don't map onto consumer EV drivetrains, the learning about energy recovery, cooling systems, and the rapid iteration of design concepts can cascade into production engineering. For consumers, the F1 program reinforces Audi's engineering credentials and supports marketing narratives about performance and innovation that can help sell electrified models in premium segments. If you enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing the news to you. Finally, the most popular story today. Rivian and Volkswagen report strong progress on their joint venture to develop and produce electric vehicles. This partnership pairs Rivian's EV expertise and technology platform experience with Volkswagen's global manufacturing scale and market reach, creating a combination that could materially influence EV offerings across regions and segments. Strong progress in such a JV means development milestones are being met, engineering integration is moving forward, and the groundwork for production and distribution is being established. The implications are broad. For Rivian, the JV offers expanded access to production capacity and component supply chains that are critical for scaling beyond its initial model palette. For Volkswagen, the collaboration accelerates access to fresh EV architectures and software approaches that a newer, nimbler company like Rivian has honed. For the market, the partnership could increase competition in price points and product variety by enabling shared platforms and economies of scale, while also stressing suppliers that must meet higher volume demands. Strategic partnerships like this also raise questions about platform differentiation, intellectual property, and how jointly developed tech will be branded and marketed across distinct dealer and retail channels. If execution remains strong, the JV could help both companies better compete with established EV manufacturers and push the industry toward greater standardization in battery systems, modular platforms, and software stacks. Thank you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates from the automotive world. See you then.